Most men cannot handle these three brutal truths about female nature.
Hit me with it.
Truth number one is going to be the dual mating strategy. What this simply means is that at different times in her cycle, she's going to prefer different kinds of men. When women are ovulating, they prefer the strong, jacked, dominant kind of man. You can think of these guys as alpha types.
So the idea of a dual mating strategy comes from evolutionary biology, and it's the idea that while we are pursuing long-term partners, well, we might also be pursuing short-term ones with a very different set of criteria, different set of needs that we're trying to meet too. The particular iteration of it that he's describing here, and specifically attributing to women, is the ovulatory shift hypothesis. The theory here being that as women's hormone levels shift during their cycle, maybe that impacts who and what they are sexually attracted to. Unfortunately for the fellow that I am stitching here, the consensus appears to have landed on this being a myth. One 2014 study did appear to support the existence of this theory, but another released the same year did not find any evidence. And subsequent meta-analyses have also failed to find support for the theory.
Truth number two is the 80-20 reality. Simply put, this is the idea that 80% of women want 20% of men. This simply means that 80% of men are not even in the game. They're completely invisible to most women.
I feel like I make some version of this video at least once a month, but just to repeat myself yet again, there is no strong evidence in support of the existence of the 80-20 rule either. I mean, the fact that more than 50% of adult men, on the continent where I live anyway, are either married or cohabiting with a long-term partner would seem to suggest that women find more than 20% of the population attractive. And even if we use the number of partners as our metric for making this determination, it's more like a 20-20 rule. Only a very small number of people who are not sleeping with anyone.
Truth number three is that desire from women cannot be negotiated. You cannot convince or argue a woman into being attracted to you.
Yeah, you shouldn't badger somebody who isn't interested in you and has already said no. That is a surprisingly progressive take. I just hope that he doesn't immediately undercut it.
Attraction for women is not logical.
And there you go. The problem is not that you are failing to acknowledge her ability to consent. The problem is that you are attempting to reason with a creature who cannot be reasoned with.
The way that things are, you can start doing the work on building yourself into the kind of man that will attract women.
You absolutely should do the work to become a better person, but I wonder if he has a particular coach in mind. Of course he does. He just wants you to pay him. After all, he is a bodybuilder and was in a metal band. Please spend your money somewhere else.